Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you've never been here before, my name is Holly. I make all kinds of videos. I make vlogs. I love to make fitness videos, workouts, and this specifically is nursing. So if you are interested in my videos, I hope that you will hang around. Well, please don't judge my hair or my face or what I'm wearing. I did just have a workout and then I actually went and ran some errands. So I just decided to sit down and film because I wanted to get this video edited and stuff and up today because I'm trying to keep somewhat of a schedule with my videos. Before we get started with the video about school, I just want to let you guys know that I decided that from now on forward in my BSN career, I decided that I'm going to do a beginning of the semester video, a mid-semester video, like how it's going, and a final thoughts on my semester and like how my classes were, because you guys seem to really enjoy that. And I think that once I get further into the semester, I may or may not do away how to study for this specific class, how to study for this, because you guys really like seeing the nursing videos, so they're the ones that get the most views. So I'm gonna continue to do what you guys like, and yeah, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into this video. There's lots going on. So as you guys can see in the back behind me, you guys can probably see all of my books and stuff, which I'm going to go through and explain to you guys. So this semester I am enrolled in 3 different classes. There's a reason for that. There are 2 very difficult courses and the third one is just really easy and simple. But I am in a lot less classes because of the one course that has 3 components. So my very first class, and I'm going to list them right here, first class I am in is in Fundamentals of Clinical Nursing, and basically what that consists of is just the basic guidelines to nursing care in general, you know, like the fundamentals obviously, the baseline care that all nurses need to know and understand how to do, you know, like how to insert a catheter, IV therapy, different things with IVs and lines, like all the basic things that nurses need to know working in general med surg. That's basically what you're doing when you're going to nursing school, is you're learning the general baseline of nursing. Specialty care comes later and stuff, and we go through those within nursing school, but basically your general knowledge is over medical surgical basics. So I know people are gonna probably be like, no, that's not true, whatever, that's just okay. So so fundamentals is basically just going over that. So that is my first course, and that class consists of theory, which is lecturing, and then a lab component, which is, you know, passing out of those skills, learning how to insert an indwelling catheter, how to, you know, give somebody a IV, how to give somebody a shot, like all of those different things. And then the other component is clinical. And for those of you who do not know what clinical is, super exciting but super scary at the same time. So that class basically is very massive. It is 6 credit hours. So obviously you can tell that that is a very heavy course. Most classes are 3 to 4 credit hours and that one's 6. So that one is probably, I wouldn't say that one's gonna be the hardest, but that one's definitely a higher difficult level. And then the second course that I am enrolled in this semester is pharmacology, and I know everybody's gonna be like, cue like the scared music, because pharmacology is supposedly, like statistically, is the hardest class in nursing school. I don't know if that's true though. I found out for myself. I'm gonna study after this, so we'll see. But supposedly that's one of the hardest classes. You know, everybody that I've talked to has said like that class basically is just really hard. Sorry, Ben's texting me. That class is really difficult, that kind of stuff. So that is my second course. That class is 3 credit hours. I think it's 3. So pharmacology is 3 credit hours. And then my last class is professional communication, which is probably going to be the easiest class I've ever taken. That is basically, well, okay, to tell you about pharmacology is, you know, every single med, like everything about medical, everything about medications, like doses, like you have to learn how to do all of that and how to administer the medications, how, like when is the right time to do it, you know, all different kinds of things to do with medications, and, you know, subcutaneous, you know, intravenous, like everything about medications is pharmacology. That's why it's very difficult, because there are a lot of medications and we have to know them all. So I mean, not all of them obviously, because there's medications that doctors don't even know, but for the basis we need to know all of the main medications that you're going to see in a hospital setting. So that is pharmacology. And then the professional communication class is my third class for the semester. That class is consisting of basically just correct ways to communicate with patients and staff and, you know, family, like basically communicate. The title says itself, professional communication. That class is going to be the easiest. I'm not super worried about that one. We do not have exams in that course. So as for my schedule goes like this. It is Monday through Friday I am in class or clinical or lab. Mondays I have one class, Tuesdays I have lab, Wednesdays I have class, and Thursdays I have 2 classes, Fridays I have clinical. Now, that sounds like it's not very much, but when you literally like get down to the nitty-gritty of it, it actually kind of is. It's kind of a full course load because you have to basically time management your schedule into, you know, I can study before this class, I need to study after this class, you know, when can I work out, when can I see my boyfriend, when can I see my friends. Like, it's a lot of organizing, and I'm going to show you guys how I do that. But that is my schedule. I am in class 5 days a week. Last semester I was in class 3 days a week, so that's kind of a bit of a change for me. My clinical is from 6:30 in the morning until 1:30 p.m. on Fridays, so yeah. This little guy is gonna come into handy. He's gonna be there. I love my Monster. There's no calories in it. Okay, there is. 4 carbs. Fuck. I knew that. Okay, so basically I'm going to go ahead and go through my books with you guys and show you guys how I stay organized for school, how I am staying organized this semester. So let's get started. First of all, I want to show you guys some of the essential things that I have for nursing school are note cards. Everybody that I've talked to has told me that this is the way to go with pharmacology. Personally, I don't know what my learning style is with that class yet. I haven't really like studied the notes and stuff like I'm going to after I'm done filming, but I'm the type of person where note cards are like, they really work for me. I am the type of person where constant going over something helps, and I'm not saying that every course needs to be like that, but for courses where I need to memorize medications and get them down and learn them and be able to, you know, combine different medications with different medications and be able to, you know, decipher which is which and which goes with which, this is kind of going to be the way that I go. So I got these smaller ones. These are the 3x5 inch because I don't like the ones that are like 5x7, not 5x7. There's like a size up from these. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but there's a size up from these note cards, and I don't like them because I don't need that entire note card. Like, I make a note card for like a fucking syllable. Like, that's how I learn. Like, I don't need, like, I could probably even cut these in half because the definitions aren't super long unless you're like listing 20 symptoms. But so number one thing, note cards. So I have these. This is just the beginning. This will probably cover one chapter or whatever. Okay, and then next is, I'll go ahead and just kind of go in order a little bit. Next is my classes for my binders. So for our classes, basically, I kind of wanted to show you this. I have one more binder, right? Yeah, I need one more for my professional communications course. So with my classes, we organize all of our information in binders. That is what our teachers want us to do. So I basically went and spent my entire paycheck on binders. Like, binders are expensive and I really don't like carrying them around. You cannot fit this in a backpack. Like, it doesn't work like that. So I have to have another bag. I have to go get, well, I have one, I just don't like it anymore. So anyways, I carry a tote bag to carry all of these in whenever it's my class day. Unless it's just one class, then I probably can fit it in my backpack back here, which I'll show you. But this is how I organize my stuff. Everybody's differently. Some nursing schools are all online, but this is how we do it. So this is for my fundamentals clinical. I have a binder specifically for clinical because you're gonna have a lot of paperwork in clinical. So I just 3-hole punch everything and I keep it in one place. So this is my clinical binder. That's for funds. And then I'll go back to that. And then I have a binder for my lab component of fundamentals because there's all kinds of different paperwork for lab, which I will explain why there's so much different paperwork for stuff. And then this is basically for the theory part, which would be lecture notes and stuff, which I'll show you guys. So this is what my notes look like. You see that? Hopefully. So we print off the PowerPoints and essentially just write in our notes, like right on the side for our notes for most of my classes. For pharmacology, she actually makes outlines, which I personally like a little bit better, but I just print off the PowerPoints and I write right on those slides. And then to study, obviously, I will like rewrite them out, or my memory card got full. But anyways, so those 3 binders are just for fundamentals. So now moving forward, this binder is specifically, these are all 2 inches by the way. This binder right here is specifically for pharmacology, because keeping everything in one spot is super important, especially to me, because when I lose papers, I have nervous breakdowns and I fucking hate that. So this is my pharmacology binder. It's been like a week and it's already like that, so. Okay. So again, I just print out the syllabus and I put it all in the binder. So those are my binders. That's like where the real nitty-gritty shit happens. Now, So this doesn't really matter. These are scrub cheat sheets. If you guys are interested in these, you can get them on Amazon. I will link them down below. I got them for Christmas. Spent them with my own money. I did not buy them myself. My mom bought them. But basically what they are is I'm a nerd and I asked for them for Christmas because I'm kind of an idiot and I like to have like cheat guides with me all the time. So these basically, as you can see, they have like color coded on the top, and you basically, like when you're walking around the hospital, you can put this in your scrub pocket and pull it out if you have a question about something. Like they have categories for like neurological assessment, blood transfusions, IM injection sites, like just basically cheat sheets. And it's kind of a thick little, like you can put it on a keychain, which I've yet to do, and carry it around with you for clinical, which I feel is super helpful. So that is that. Again, I will link these down below if you guys are interested in getting them. I think they're like $40, which is whatever. I asked for them for Christmas because I didn't want to pay that. So starting out with books. Okay, I'll go fast. All right, so this is the Nurses Drug Handbook 2016. We actually got this for free from our school. Okay, we probably didn't, I don't know. But this is the drug guide. Every nursing student will get a drug guide. I don't know, some schools probably require you to buy it. Our school gave it to us, which I'm sure we paid for it somehow in our tuition. But it's really, really thick. Basically just goes over all kinds of drugs, like you gotta look up the indicator. There's just a lot of stuff in here. So this is gonna be super helpful in funds and pharm because you're gonna need it for medical dosage, learning different medications, etc. So that's that. This is just a cute little book that my Aunt Gail gave to me. It's Chicken Soup, Inspiration for Nurses, 101 Stories of Appreciation and Wisdom. I really like this. I've read a couple things out of it. It's basically just stories from nurses that like encourage you to keep going, which some days, you know, when I'm crying at my desk and I don't really want to study anymore, it's nice to have a little bit of a piece of encouragement. So that's dumb, not necessary, but I like it. Moving on, this is my professional communications book, but this book also is something that I will use throughout nursing school, I'm told. This is Informatics in Nursing. It's basically just a book full of like different resources for nurses and like different things like communication tools, like presentations, like learning how to use certain networks and stuff. So I'm gonna get pharmacology specifically out of the way because the rest of these books are all for fundamentals because it's a 6 credit hour course. But this is my pharmacology books. They are called Pharmacology in the Nursing Process. I think it's the 8th edition, yeah. So this is the book that we use. Basically, I have 9 chapters to read right now. Our first exam is 2 weeks away from this past Thursday, but we also had to get this study guide, which I'm not mad about because if you can find a text that goes with your study, if you can find a study guide that goes with your text, I recommend getting it because, I don't know, it's just a personal thing. I like study guides. I like things that are personally made for what you're learning, what you're reading about. So I like stuff like this. Like it has like questions, like everything has to do with, you know, preparing yourself to take the NCLEX style questions. So if there's gonna be a book that's gonna help me, I'm gonna buy it, y'all. And last but not least are my 5, technically I need 6, but I only got 5 of my fundamentals books. So for anybody who's taken funds, you know that it is a very heavy course. There is a lot to know. It's the fundamentals of nursing. Obviously, you need to know a lot of stuff. So the first book that we need is Nursing Interventions Classification. They call this book the NIC. I really just shortens the fucking name. I don't know. Basically, this book, I have no idea, honestly. I really don't know what this consists of. Give me a good semester, guys. I'll find out. Then this is the Ackley book. This is a super important book in funds. This is the Nursing Diagnosis Handbook, an evidence-based guide to planning care. So this is also super important in fundamentals. We need to have this with us all the time along with the NIC book. It's just super important, like for like understanding what you're talking about, because all classes, like understanding what you're talking about, because all of the test questions in fundamentals are not memorization, they're more application. So as a nurse, you have to think clinically, Jesus. Critical, you need to have critical thinking skills, because you're not going to be able to just pull out a book. Well, you might, but you're not going to be able to think like memorization all the time when you're thinking about things on the spot. You know, you could have a patient who, you know, codes, and you need to understand, like, obviously the doctor is going to be there at some point, but like you need to understand as a nurse like what's going on and be able to critically think really, really fast. So that is what the NCLEX is for those who don't even know. I will explain that here in a second, actually. This is the Davis book. This is the Davis Q&A for the NCLEX examination. Basically, this is filled, like packed full of NCLEX style questions that are basically supposed to help us as students. Just a lot of like helpful questions. This is to prepare us for the NCLEX, which I will explain in a second. And then the two main books for funds. These are the two books that I have to read tons of shit from. Fundamentals of Nursing Volume 1, Volume 2. I don't want to hold them, they're really, really heavy. But basically, I have 5 books for funds, I have 2 for pharm, I have 1 for professional communication. There's just a lot of stuff, a lot. And that's not a bad thing. It's really, really good to have resources and stuff, but this semester is, I'm told, the hardest. My cousin said that 4th semester is kind of difficult too, so I don't really know. I can't really tell you if it's like super difficult, but anyways, I obviously have been in class for 1 week. I figured that I would make this video then, because then I would be able to give you guys like somewhat of an idea of how my semester is going to go. Again, I am in class 5 days a week. There's lots of studying. You know, they told us minimum for a pharmacology exam, you should be studying 16 hours outside of class. Very, very difficult. Very, very difficult to do time management. And I understand that a lot of people don't really know how to do that. And I'm kind of one of those people sometimes, but I'm very organized, very, very determined to make this semester work. So I'm going to show you guys some things that I do. I don't want you guys to see that. It's my badge. But this is my current backpack. It is just a cute little Vera Bradley bag. It's cute, right? It's not very like reasonable because it doesn't fit shit in it. But anyways, pulling stuff out. Tabs are super important in nursing school. I need these for my clinical, and I need these for like the Davis and the Ackley book to mark certain sections, because then I don't have to like continuously like look up what I'm looking at all the time. So I bought those because we actually like were required to have them. You need a storage clipboard for clinical, which I have yet to buy because Walmart was all out, and I kind of want a pink one, so I'm gonna order that on Amazon right after this. And you also need a gate belt, which I need to go get. But I just have like in my backpack, I just have like a folder. This just has like nothing in it right now. It has my professional communication stuff in it, just because I've yet to put that in the binder. I keep a notebook in my bag. I rarely use it because everything's pretty much online or in our binders, which I have paper in my binder. And then this is my passion planner. This is what I use for a planner. I used to really, really like this last semester and like live by it and like swear by it, but I'm kind of starting to not like it because I just have tons of assignments this semester, and I just feel like I would do a lot better with a planner that has like big chunk sections for each day. This one really doesn't. Like I mean, it has like hourly, if you guys know what I'm talking about, but like I kind of like the idea of like having big chunk days, because then I can like write in the 12 assignments that are due every day, because that's true, like that's how it goes. So yeah, that's basically what I have in my backpack. Just a few more resources. Laptop, huge deal. You have to have a laptop in nursing school. Like you won't live if you don't have one, because like everything is online. Another thing, if you have this is awesome. If you don't, that's completely fine. But I use, oh, it's my puppy, I think. Theo, if you guys don't know my dog. An iPad is super helpful because there's just a ton of resources, like tons of NCLEX apps, tons of different things to do with helping you practice, helping you manage your skills. So just to talk to you guys for a second, 2 things to talk to you guys about. I want to talk about ATI and NCLEX because you guys are going to hear me talk a lot about that in the upcoming videos, because that is a lot of what we do. So the reason that this semester has become a lot more difficult is because alongside clinical, lab, class, studying for the classes, we also have ATI. And for those who don't know what ATI is, it's basically a program that we're required to do throughout nursing school. It really kicks in the second semester, because last semester we didn't really give a shit about it. Basically, we pay for it in our tuition because it's supposed to help prepare you to take the NCLEX. So, you know, there's our pharmacology exams, but we also have pharmacology exams, like practice exams on ATI. And ATI is a website. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, you can look it up, because I'm not like able to give you guys the best definition of it, but basically it helps prepare nursing students for the NCLEX. So that is also a massive part of the semester. So alongside studying, I have all these different ATI tests to do. I have modules, I have assignments, I have a lot to do. So really making sure that I'm on top of shit this semester is like really important. So you guys can like pop stuff in the comments and give me tips if you want, because I'm gonna cry. But then also NCLEX. For those who have no idea what I'm talking about when I say NCLEX, maybe you're watching this for nursing tips, maybe you're watching this because you like me as a person, but NCLEX is essentially all that matters in nursing school. It is what you are working towards. Your entire nursing school career can be based off of 75 questions. The NCLEX has the NCLEX is based, you can have up to 275 questions, I want to say. 75 to 275. I could be wrong on that. It might be like 260 or something, but I know that you can have anywhere from 75 to 275 questions. So my entire nursing school career, everything I'm doing, every grade I'm getting, none of it matters. Like, I have to meet certain requirements, but everything is working up to one exam. My entire nursing career is could be based off of a 75 question exam. That's all that matters, is passing those boards. The minute you pass your boards, you're a nurse. Done. Like, you never have to take it again. I know people that have taken the NCLEX 7 times. I don't want to take it 7 times. I want to take it once. It's really expensive to take that exam. So basically, that is my story for this semester. I really hope that you guys liked this video. I hope that you guys like following my nursing school journey. I will definitely make more videos involving like different things. Let me know if you guys want to hear about any of the classes that I've taken or that I am taking. Obviously, when I pass them, I'll let you know how to pass them, because I don't know if I'm going to pass them. I'm going to pass them. Be positive. Positive vibes, right? So let me know any other nursing videos you guys want to see. I really enjoy making them. I enjoy talking about what I'm doing because it's basically my life. So I really hope that you guys enjoy them as well. And if you do, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. And remember that when I hit 5,000 subscribers, I'm having a massive giveaway. So that's like 130 subscribers away. So like that video could be made next week, and like the giveaway could be given the next week. So like if you're into that, there's gonna be a lot of cool stuff in the giveaway. 1 to 3 winners. So anyways, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you guys are having a wonderful week. I hope that those who are in school, you guys are having a great first week, and those who go back next week, I hope you have a great first week of school. And yeah, wish me luck. I'm gonna study. It's Friday. Turn up. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.